News Global. Reporting, 9 Times Newscaster of the Year, Gimber Umar.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, policemen from the Rapid Response Team stage a show of force at the Occupy Lekki tollgate protests, arrest scores. President Muhammad Buhari presides over the groundbreaking of the Kano-Maradi railway line, costing the government $1.959 billion. And eyes on COVID-19 vaccines, as NCDC reports over 1,000 deaths with infections spreading fast, as concerns over engineered vaccines to deplete Africa's population heightens. We begin tonight from Lagos. Less than 24 hours to the planned protest at the Lekki toll gate by some aggrieved youths, police authorities in the state have launched a show of force exercise to express its disapproval of the protest. Policemen from the Rapid Response Squad staged a walk around the toll gate on Friday as they prepared to take positions in the area and other parts of the state on Saturday. This is also coming less than 24 hours after the federal and state governments warned youths not to embark on the protest, as they raised concerns that it may just be hijacked by hoodlums and lead to lawlessness, as was during the EndSARS protest. The planned protest is in reaction to the decision of the Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution to return control of the Lekki tollgate plaza to its owners, the Lekki Concession Company, the LCC. The tollgate had been one of the major converging points for the protesters in Lagos last year and was also the location for the infamous #Lekki shootings, masterminded by security operatives believed to be men of the Nigerian army, and is being investigated. During the proceedings last Saturday, the chairman of the panel, Justice Doris Okwobi, gave a ruling allowing the LCC to possess the tollgate once more, fueling anger amongst the youths. A countergroup also promoting the #Defend Lagos also scheduled its protest at the same venue. Meanwhile, Nigerian comedian Debo Adebayo, aka Mr. Macaroni, has been arrested by operatives of the Lagos State Police Command here in Lagos over the ongoing #Occupy Lekki tollgate protest. The protest was planned to kick against the decision of the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry, allowing the Lekki Concession Company, the LCC, to reopen the Lekki tollgate. The Saturday arrest of Macaroni happened as the police said to him, "We don't want you here." At least 20 other protesters are said to have been arrested by the police. In a live Instagram feed just before his phone and those of others arrested were seized, the comedian's comments were definitive and simply put as, "Lekki is under military rule." In the meantime, the federal government and the police had warned against the protests, vowing to deal with anyone caught involved in such demonstrations. One of the police trucks used to arrest protesters had to be pushed to kickstart its engine. And still on the Lekki tollgate situation, police forces are arresting more protesters who assembled at the Lekki tollgate for the planned protests as at midday. The police and the government had warned that a repeat of the #EndSARS protest will be counterproductive for the country and could be hijacked by hoodlums, as was the case during the #EndSARS protest last year. One of those arrested and caught on our camera was bundled into the police truck as newsmen filmed freely the entire process. Dozens of policemen are stationed at the planned protest venue, the Lekki tollgate, in full complement of combat-ready alert gears and protocol. They are all men of the Rapid Response Squad holding batons and transparent plastic shields. In other stories, President Muhammadu Buhari has presided over the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of another vital transportation infrastructure, the Kano-Maradi rail line. According to President Buhari, the initiative at completion will not only boost commerce, but serve as a developmental hub between Nigeria and Niger Republic. The rail line traverses commercial and administrative town of Kano and passes through Kazaure, Daura, Katsina, and the border town of Jibia to Maradi. President Muhammadu Buhari says that this will establish an end-to-end logistic supply problems for the benefits of the two countries.
The country would earn revenue through expansion of trade and commerce, while the people of Niger Republic will benefit from ease of transportation, logistics at affordable cost in their import and export businesses. The connection to Niger Republic through rail will also foster trans-Sahara trade and contribute to the expected gains in the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. The construction company handling this project, Messrs. Motor Angel Nigeria Limited, is supporting knowledge and technology transfer by investing in the establishment of a learning institution for transportation and railway science. This is commendable.
The Senior Special Assistant, Media and Publicity to President Muhammadu Buhari, Garba Shehu, joins us from Abuja. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us at this time. This rail line, the project, how important do you feel this is for this administration and for the good of our people in this country?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. And I want to say that this corridor is situated at the heart of a prestigious historical space. And it contains the second largest city in Nigeria, Kano, and the largest commercial city in Niger Republic, Maradi. These two cities constitute the central axis of trade and exchanges going back many centuries back. It also has in the loop Katsina, as you just said now, which was between the 17th and the 18th century, perhaps the commercial heart of the Hausa kingdom. So therefore, it is an important revival of historical trade routes linking up to the northernmost parts of Africa, bringing goods and people down to the coastal area of southern Nigeria. Let me also add that even before this time, the ECOWAS had a vision for a regional railway project, which will link all 15 countries of the ECOWAS sub-region by rail, and each of these countries is mandated to carry out this. Therefore, this aspect, I would call it between Kano-Maradi and branching to Dutse, is supposed to be part of that larger ECOWAS vision. Because from Kano, we expect that by the time Kaduna, Kano, Ibadan railway is linked, you will have direct access to the sea by the landlocked country of Niger and neighboring states, and also imported goods coming from through the Lagos and the Warri ports, taken to the rail, which is a cheaper way of transporting goods and services. So we expect that this will impact positively at least 10 states in the Nigerian Federation, and more than 80 million people would gain and benefit from this service that is being put in place. It is drawn in a way to connect important resource producing communities like for Gawa State, is intended for the evacuation of the enormous agricultural resources available from that state, to flow into the national mainstream and possibly export. Now, the one taking off from Kano would obviously go through some towns and the cities, in Jigawa, Daura, in Katsina, and the Jibia before Kano-Maradi. So it takes evacuate for the enormous resources, agricultural and so on, and also for the supply and movement of industrial goods from coastal regions of the country, the south and northern parts of the country, to move up into the landlocked nations of West Africa and of course Central Africa.
That will be a good place to let it rest. I most sincerely thank you, Garba Shehu, the Senior Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari, for talking to us on this very, very sumptuous occasion. We do wish you well for you and your government. You're watching News Global on Control TV, broadcasting from our studios. Still ahead, eyes on COVID-19 vaccines as NCDC reports 1,724 deaths with infection spreading fast as concerns over engineered vaccines to deplete Africa's population heightens. Stay with us.
Control your TV.
Welcome back to News Global, reaching you on all our social media platforms, youtube.com/Control TV. Log on to our website, controltv.ng, for more information you can use. Look us up on Twitter and Facebook as well. A quick reminder of our top stories. Policemen from the Rapid Response Team staged a show of force at the Occupy Lagos Lekki tollgate protest, arrests scores. President Muhammadu Buhari presides over groundbreaking Kano-Maradi rail line costing $1.959 billion to build. And eyes on COVID-19 vaccines as NCDC reports more deaths and infection spreading fast as concerns over engineered vaccines to deplete Africa's population heightens. And now to our COVID-19 special. Nigeria's COVID-19 cases have reached a higher number of 144,521 on Friday, February the 12th. Nigeria's Center for Disease Control, the NCDC, in its daily record update, showed that the infection has a record of 1,005 new cases. The data shows that Lagos had the highest number with 204 new cases, while Kwara State recorded 155, Oyo 124, Plateau 80, FCT 75, Edo 56, Ondo 41, Rivers 40, amongst others. Well, that may be easy to wish away by many. Here is a bigger picture. 80% of Africans may be at risk of elimination, according to a video gone viral on social media. Take a listen.
Intentionally using synthetic molecules, which by design are cancer, AIDS, all of the bogeymen we could dream up.
Yeah, it's for the purpose of sterilization and population control. There's too many people on the planet we need to get rid of. In the words of Bill Gates, at least 3 billion people need to die. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away, and they're suppressed and they're experimented.
Joining us to take a look at what the COVID-19 vaccines means for Africa against the population control predictions, Professor Ken Ozoilo is the president of the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria. He joins us via Zoom. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us. Also, Dr. Gregory Williams, a consultant and general practitioner, also a member of the Royal College of General Practitioners in the United Kingdom. He joins us from Abuja as well. I want to thank you to you, Doctor, for joining us, as well as Dr. Joseph Minari, a molecular biologist here in Lagos. Many thanks to three of you for joining us. Let's start with you, Professor Ozoilo. How potentially dangerous do you think are the times now for Africa, considering this vaccine that has gone, viral and intentions to deplete the African population?
Thanks for having me on this program. I think we are truly in a very perilous time, so to speak. Now, this second wave, the second wave is well underway, and globally, it's taking a bigger toll, and Nigeria is not exempt from what we're seeing currently. It's in terms of the number of new infections and severity of the disease, including mortality. This is a much more severe episode. Okay, and unfortunately, people simply have not been adhering to those non-pharmaceutical protocols. So I think there's no other way to say than to acknowledge that it's truly a very, very difficult and perilous times that we're in.
Dr. Williams, from your experience that spans internationally, the United Kingdom, the United States, Europe, you've been all around those places. The fears for Africa now is that this social media video, how do you view this? With complaints that Africa is just overpopulated, too many people, and this cannot be sustained. Can we trust this vaccine?
It's a pleasure to be here. As you rightly said, there are allegations, and the video that has been going around on social media, in accordance to quite a few other videos that have been going around, are pretty much allegations that have been put together. Now, we need to utilize our human resources, our expertise, to ensure that some of these allegations, if there's any evidence behind them, for their veracity or not. As to the video on social media about the depopulation agenda, I have come across different individuals who have different trends of thoughts about this. And I believe that with the expertise that we have within Africa, especially within Nigeria, our medical experts, our scientists, our lawyers, I believe we have enough resources on the ground to be able to certify or prove whether it is right or wrong, this type of videos that are coming out. Search through the evidence. We have the duty of care to ourselves and to our nations to investigate the companies behind vaccines so that we have transparency of the data and we can have our own independent analysis of this data so that we can be better informed and know how to proceed.
Let's bring in Dr. Minari now. We have had this discussion, you and I, on this very topic, and you telling me how dire the situation could turn out. Is there a clinical proof that COVID-19 exists and in your control?
We've gotten the virus, we have sequenced the virus, and then we have proofs. Over here in Lagos, there are, if you visit the isolation center, the IDH center in Yaba, close to University of Lagos here, you will see so many people there. Some people have been asking that what are the things that you are testing to actually confirm probably whether the virus is there or not. I mean, for goodness sake, we use a PCR technique, which we are already used to in molecular biology that we use, and that's what we are using for the analysis. There are conserved region in the virus that is peculiar to the virus that is being primed, and that is what's being amplified, being taken back from the RNA to cDNA, and then you amplify to be sure that have laboratory proof, we have scientific proof to show people.
You know, Professor Ozoilo, in your earlier submissions, you said these are indeed trying times for us as a country against COVID-19, and I can imagine for Africa as well. But what is your association doing to get people to understand that, hey people, this is very urgent, the second wave is real, let's get really serious. What are you doing?
So the issue of vaccination has to be looked at in terms of other conflicting priorities. There are so many other killers in Nigeria. The economy is taking a huge toll. There's issue of insecurity, you understand? So if, while we accept and urge people to accept the vaccination, especially for high-risk groups, such as people that are exposed to this disease, healthcare workers and other such high-risk individuals, we think that there's a need to put these priorities into context. But of a fact, there is a necessity for people to accept vaccination.
I most sincerely thank you, Dr. Gregory Williams, a medical consultant and general practitioner, of course, also a member of the Royal College for Medical Practitioners in the United Kingdom. I must thank you so much indeed. Professor Ken Ozoilo, President, Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria. Many thanks indeed, as well as Dr. Joseph Minari, a microbiologist here in Lagos. Many thanks to three of you for talking to us on News Global. We are getting information from our news desk that the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State, Mr. Hakeem Odumosun, has ordered the immediate release of the End SARS protesters, as well as those who were arrested at the Lekki tollgate protest front early on Saturday morning, including Mr. Macaroni and 34 others who were at that protest venue protesting earlier on Saturday. And just before we go, a quick reminder of our main news reports. Policemen from the Rapid Response Team staged a show of force at the occupied Lekki tollgate protests and have arrested scores. We also told you that President Muhammadu Buhari has presided over the groundbreaking of the Kano-Maradi railway line, costing the government $1.95 billion. And all eyes on COVID-19 vaccines as the NCDC reports 1,724 deaths, with infections spreading fast as concerns over engineered vaccines to deplete Africa's population heightens. And that's how it's been on Control TV News Global. I want to thank you so much indeed for watching. On behalf of all of us here, have a splendid weekend. I am Gimba Umar. Good night.